2 years ago this week, floodwaters ravaged several Siouxland communities, destroying homes and lives. Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 4 at 6. I'm Matt Breen.
And I'm Jessica Bowman. Communities like Rock Rapids, Iowa, that's where some of the first to be hit as the Rock River burst its banks and destroyed dozens of homes and businesses there. Even some local schools were damaged by the rising waters.
The city of Cherokee also felt the impact of floodwaters in 2024 as the Little Sioux River burst its banks in that community. Several roads into and out of that community cut off, and the city's wastewater plant shut down for weeks.
Now, farther downstream, the Little Sioux River also surged out of its banks in Correctionville. Floodwaters even forced authorities to close Highway 20 for several days. Now, we have Team 4 coverage of the continued recovery in those communities and more tonight. KTV's Ellen Ide is live in Spencer, Iowa, as that community is now rebuilding homes that floodwaters destroyed 2 years ago. But
we begin with KTV's Kaylee Doms in McCook Lake, South Dakota, where the community is still picking up the pieces after the Big Sioux River, diverted by a berm built across I-29, washed whole homes into the lake.
This was once a place where a family gathered, children played, and memories were made. Today, the home is gone, but what happened here will never be forgotten.
The best way I could describe it is just look like a war zone.
The real sad part of this whole flood was all the houses that were destroyed.
This was a 1 in 1,000 year event.
The worst flood North Sioux City has ever seen.
I took my kayak up on the north side, and the water coming in there, it had a current equivalent to the Missouri River.
The Big Sioux River reached 46 feet.
Mass destruction.
Bridges collapsed, homes swept away, and vehicles destroyed. But North Sioux Cityans.
And we made lemonade out of lemons.
And 2 years later.
Last year we redid Penrose. This year we're redoing North Shore. The city has purchased, I think, 14 lots along the lake here and 2 or 3 over there on Penrose. With the idea that, A, we don't want this to happen to any build here again and it to happen to anybody else again.
And just this month.
The lake is open. I mean, it's completely functional.
While plenty of work still remains, North Sioux City is proof that through tragedy comes community.
Pre-flood, I didn't know my neighbors very good. This particular type of disaster brings the community together.
And through community comes growth.
Anytime a disaster happens in any community, the strength of the community is what starts that process.
Road construction is expected to be complete in August.
So we're rebuilding with peace. This is where we wanted to live when we looked at all of our options, and we want to be back in our home on McCook Lake.
Homes are expected to be livable by December.
Things like this happen. It's traumatic, but the only thing that we've had that we've stood really strong on is our faith.
While the road to recovery is still underway, for many, the journey home is far from over. In North Sioux City, South Dakota, Kelly Doms, KTIV News 4.
Now, the city provides weekly updates on the construction in North Sioux City. Details on how to track the progress, that's inside this story right now at KTIV.com.
The rail bridge in North Sioux City that collapsed during flooding on the Big Sioux River is an iconic image of that flood. Now it led to another iconic image a few months later during its demolition. In September 2024, crews conducted a second controlled blast to take apart the wreckage of that bridge that had connected Iowa and South Dakota for more than a century. In August 2025, work on the replacement bridge wrapped up with trains traveling between Riverside and North Sioux City once again.
Our Team 4 coverage continues now live in Spencer, Iowa.
KTV's Ellen Ide joins us now with more on how that community continues recovery efforts. Ellen.
Matt, Jessica, Spencer was one of the hardest hit communities 2 years ago when the Little Sioux River rose out of its banks. Now, the city says it has come a long way in its road to recovery.
The scars of June 2024 are still visible in Spencer. Homes abandoned, streets silent.
If this is a race, it's truly a marathon.
2 years later, the marathon continues. The Clay County Long-Term Recovery Group still has 30 open cases. 40 homes sit empty. Many residents are still living without basic necessities.
We are 2 years out from the flood, and we are still seeing people that are living in their home without running HVAC, water heaters, still don't have drywall, some still need mold remediation. We're also seeing a lot of homes that still need foundation repair.
But Spencer is fighting back. Volunteers from Mennonite Disaster Services are on the ground helping families finish what the flood started.
We're trying to get people to the finish line, right? We're trying to get them finished with their projects. It's been really hard to see the pain that people go through and that people are still suffering in our community.
It's a coordinated effort. The city is working to rebuild not just homes, but the community itself. City leaders are developing long-term housing strategies and economic recovery plans.
What are the strategies that we deploy of how to grow our job base and continue to improve our local economy and move things forward?
Recovery won't be quick. Long-term recovery officials believe a full recovery could take until 2032. But for now, the work continues.
And for some Spencer homeowners, rebuilding is not an option. That's where a home buyback program comes into play. After several months of delays, 25 Spencer homeowners are still waiting on the FEMA home buyback program. On the local level, 15 homes that didn't qualify for the federal program are taking part in a buyback program organized by the city of Spencer. Once the city buys those properties, the city plans to rebuild affordable housing to replenish the local housing stock.
Once they're sold, the revenue from the sale of those properties will go back to replenish the initial capital to buy those properties. So we're really able to self-fund a buyout and redevelopment for affordable housing ourselves as a local government. We're excited about that, to put 15 properties back online for residential use.
The finalization of both buyback programs will bring much needed relief to homeowners who in many cases have been paying mortgage on both their flood damaged home and their current living situation. So that will come as much needed relief to those homeowners. In Spencer, Iowa, Ellen Ide, KTIV News 4.